we need to talk about Adolescence on Netflix. 4 episodes. The final scene, there are no words. Dr. Leslie, forensic psychologist. Now, spoilers, definitely, but this is a show where we right away start with a 13-year-old being arrested for ending the life of another adolescent, and everyone is shocked. He looks so innocent. He looks so young. And it takes us through this story in 4 episodes, but it's a one shot. The actors never stop. The production, the videographers, whatever you call them, they never stop. So what happens is you're so tensely watching. You are so connected to this story that you can't even break between the 4 episodes. But the overall meaning with protecting our children is key. Now, the show is inspired because the main actor has seen multiple cases of ongoing stabbings of adolescent males on adolescent females. And why is this happening? So, a lot of this is because of the vulnerable nature of their minds at that age, because they are watching people like Andrew Tate, like Candace Owens, who was named in the Nashville Manifesto. They are watching people with extreme views justifying misogyny, justifying harm to women. In the Nashville Manifesto, he wrote, Candace Owens influenced me above all each time she spoke. What was her reply? This is clearly the death of journalism. No, this has nothing to do with it. This has to do with extreme views taking these massive platforms and influencing our adolescents through media, through social media, and through all of this chatter in public schools, at the mall, all around in these social circles. This has to do with people named Tate, who are termed the king of masculinity, who victim blame all of the time, who are making their mark on these vulnerable minds of our adolescents, regardless of how these adolescents are being raised. Because as you'll see in the show, the parents are racking their mind to figure out where they went wrong. He was in his bed at night. We did everything right. All he was doing was going to school. I guess we could have done a little bit more. We could have watched his phone a little bit more. We could have seen what he was doing, but they didn't. There's a scene where the psychologist did an amazing job with this violence risk assessment. She built a relationship with him. She allowed him to be himself, and out of him came this anger, came this misogyny, came this harm, came this violence towards women, where at one point this 13-year-old child is standing over this female psychologist, and she is calm, and he is raging on her because that is what he has seen in the media. That is what he has seen. That is what he has seen. He has learned that. He didn't just make that up. He's 13 years old. This hits on the impact of bullying, incels, mental health, vicarious trauma for a family who has to exist after somebody in their family has done this, the trauma of the victim and her family. This even touches on social influence people who think that they know so much about a case when they have no freaking idea. The guy is in like a Home Depot-ish place and he's buying paint because his van was just tagged, basically saying he was an SA offender, and these teenagers just thought it was funny. So somebody gets into his face and starts talking to him about his son's case and talking about the individual stab wounds within the bones and how he doesn't believe that his son actually did it, although his son did do it and there's video and everything. But you've got this person, this teenager, who is so empowered by what he's seeing on social media that he thinks he knows more about the case than everyone who is involved. At the end of the day, I think the biggest lesson is that it does take a village. It takes our teachers, it takes our schools, it takes parents, it takes friends, but most of all, it takes media. It takes responsible media and social media influencers not to perpetuate this propaganda that is victim blaming and female harming. So I ask you this. Where's the village? Where's the community? Where's the center? How do we protect our adolescents when they are so vulnerable to everything, like me talking right now, how they are so vulnerable? Don't harm other people. Don't isolate from your parents, and don't believe what you see simply because somebody speaks with confidence like I am doing now. Do your research, question it, have support, understand, educate yourself, and Don't hurt anyone.